Welcome, Brian. So lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm really interested in what you actually are interested in as far as investing.
Yeah.
And my other question, sorry to be hitting you with all these questions, is what led you to become a venture capitalist?
Yeah, so first to start Kapor Capital. So we make seed stage impact investments, primarily in education, health, space we call people ops technology, and work. And my focus is on ed tech. The goal of all of the investments are how do we invest in companies that have a great return, but also have great impact, of closing gaps of access and opportunity, and really focusing on low-income communities or communities of color. Where I spend most of my time is in ed tech. We've made over 34 investments in ed tech, and I love it. I think the second part of the question of kind of how did I get into it, or kind of.
What made you interested?
So when I got out of undergrad, while still in undergrad, I was working on a company, and the first thing kind of graduating was, hey, I want to kind of take it to the next level. I had no clue what venture capital was, no clue what angel investing was, what a pitch deck, and kind of learned a lot of it as most entrepreneurs while doing it, and then surrounding myself with great mentors. And I think I've hit the mentor lotto because I've had a lot of great mentors to kind of get me to this point. And lastly, I think with Kapor Capital, I actually interned at Kapor Capital. I did an MBA program, Management Leadership for Tomorrow, and I had an internship opportunity in 2011. And I've been there since and kind of became partner in the end of 2015.
And what's it like being a VC? Like, just for being on the other side of the table, like everyone's got their own viewpoint, but it's obviously a different position than being an entrepreneur, correct?
Much different. I think the highs are you get a chance to see the cutting edge of technology, which is exciting. And every day you wake up and you have a chance to meet with founders. And I honestly could say that if I wasn't investing in entrepreneurs, I would be involved in an accelerator program or an entrepreneur. So that's exciting. I think of just, you're kind of sitting on the sidelines and coaching in some ways, but you've got front row seats. I think on the flip side is that your job is to say no to a lot of companies, and that's not easy. To give you some perspective, we saw over 3,000 deals last year. We ended up doing 14. So it's a lot of no's, and sometimes it's just not a good fit for us. Sometimes it's too early. Sometimes it's too late. There's a lot of reasons why, and kind of what we're going to talk about today are, well, how do you get to yes, which is important.
And so I always ask some of the investors this question because I know it's quite a colourful job. It's not your usual finance industry position, correct, as a venture capitalist. So I'm just wondering if you've got a funny story that you could tell us.
Yeah, so it's probably funny to me, but not to the founder. I won't say the company name, but I think as an entrepreneur, you're kind of, it's like you against the world in many times. And one story was this company came in, they were doing a pitch, and kind of ragging on the competition. And a lot of times you have a lot of connections. In this case, it was a really good friend, actually a business school classmate, and I knew that and I'm just like, I waited to kind of the end and let people go through their pitch, but I try to give some advice. I mean, it was funny to me in the sense of like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. And then sometimes you just hear off the wall kind of pitches, but I think that it was a reminder of like, hey, you probably shouldn't, everybody's got competitors. Probably don't want to badmouth folks out there.
And the other thing I think about, because I've seen it in politics when people just badmouth each other rather than actually trying to sell themselves and what they want to do. The negative of that really is sort of deflecting the attention away from yourself and also showing sort of that negative face. I think in anything it's better to focus on pitching your own self.
Yeah, always focus. You never know the connections, right? Of sometimes it might be a family member, it might be a cousin, it might be a friend, etc. And or a company that the founder was in the portfolio, now they're doing their next act, and you have a relationship with them. So it's always best to just kind of focus on your company and do that well.
So did you invest in that company?
We did not. We did not invest. Not past the first meeting.
So there's a nice little lesson there for entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah, no. I think a lesson for VCs, right? I mean, you see so many companies, and reputation is everything in venture, and kind of word gets around. So you've gotta, yeah, it might be the most off the wall thing, but you never know. Maybe that one isn't the right one, and another one is the right one. So you never know.
Thank you so much for coming tonight, and I'm so looking forward to this talk. Having Monique and you is fantastic. Thank you.
No, thank you so much, and I love what you're doing with the series and having events like this, and really giving, entrepreneurs a chance to interact with different groups who they might not have otherwise interacted with. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Great.